Welcome, boys and girls, to day one of Rocky Railway Express. It's so great to have you with us, and we hope that you enjoy our week together online. All aboard!
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Railway Riot, where you get to meet one of the kids who's going to Rocky Railway online and hear some funny jokes. Now, I'll tell the joke and we'll see how the kids react. They're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not funny at all, and 10 being the funniest joke ever. They're also going to let you know what they think of my amazing, wonderful Railway Riot hat. Our first guest is, drumroll please, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, I have some jokes for you. Why did the mountain goat get in trouble when he was a little kid? Because he was too rambunctious.
I'll give it an 8.
An 8, okay, thank you. Why were the mountain goat's friends so quiet? Because they were sheep.
That deserves a 10.
And why was the train late? It kept getting sidetracked.
A 9.
A 9? Thank you. Very, very generous. Thank you. And do you think my hat is cool on a scale of 1 to 10?
9.
A 9. Thank you. Thanks for joining us today, Nathaniel, and we'll see you tomorrow for Railway Riot again.
Hi, everybody. It's awesome to see you here today at Rocky Railway. We are going to learn a special point every day here at the railroad. And today's point is Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Every time you hear me say that, you're going to finish it off by trust Jesus, okay? As loud as you can. There at home, yell it out. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Can I hear you? Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Awesome. And every day, when we hear one of the points of the day, we are going to learn from one of our buddies who's going to help us remember that point. Who do you think can help us learn the point for today? Look around and see our buddies. It's going to be Ramsey. Ramsey is right over here. He is a big horned sheep. Can you figure out how he got his name? Exactly. Those big horns. And those big horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. That's like the size of a 5-year-old, right? All wrapped up on his head. And those horns are super hard like a rock, because they help him defend himself against his enemies or people that would want to hurt him or other animals that would want to hurt him. So the hard horns are going to help us remember what the hard things that are in our point today. But the most important thing about Ramsey today, he lives on the Rocky Mountains, and he climbs up those Rocky Mountains with his very special feet that God gave him, and he can sit on a ledge that's like 8 inches wide, like this wide, where we would be terrified to climb up on those Rocky Mountains and sit on a little piece of ledge like that. But God gave him these special feet, and on the bottom of those feet is a special kind of like a skin that sticks to the rock. So when enemies like mountain lions and bears try to attack him, he can climb up the rocks and sit there for hours. He's happy and safe where we would never be. A super hard thing, but God gave him exactly what he needs to stay there. And so that's how Ramsey's going to help us remember Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Awesome. So as we were hanging around the railway, last night I heard all kinds of commotion. There was something about a rock slide I heard. I wonder if there's anybody around here who could help us figure out what went on. Hey, there's somebody. Hey, excuse me, do you work here?
Do I work here? Friend, I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. In fact, I don't just work on the trains, I drive them. The name's Camellia Track, engineer on these railroads.
Engineer? That sounds awesome. Wow. What? Can I just call you Cam? Cam Track for short. I like short names. Cam Track, that sounds cool. You must really love trains.
Yeah, once you get to know the trains as well as I do, they become a part of you.
Wow. That's really deep, but, all we really want to know is, what do you know about the rock slide?
Well, some large boulders rolled down the mountain last night and landed right on the track.
Wow, that could really cause big problems.
It can. In fact, me and my crew were supposed to drive an engine down this morning, but I can't because these boulders are here. So it's a good thing I'm here to fix it.
You really think you're strong enough to move that big boulder?
I don't think. I know.
Wow. Well, maybe you should start with something smaller. Maybe you should practice on one of those little stones over there.
Easy peasy. You might want to stand back in case this thing goes flying.
Okay.
Yep, it's too hard. Give up.
Hey, well, it's a good thing today we're learning that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Did you get that? When I say that, you have to say, Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Trust Jesus.
T for trust. Trust Jesus.
Yeah,
Got
gotcha.
it? Yeah, that's easy at least. Okay, Cam, I call you Cam, right? There are lots of things that are hard in life. Sometimes it could be a big test. Wow, that's super hard. Or it could be a bully beating you up at recess. That's super hard, right? Who knows what to do? Or it could be someone in your family is sick and you don't know what to do and it's making you super sad. Or your best friend moves to Australia and you're super sad when you've got to say goodbye.
Whoa! What are you doing? We just established I'm not that strong.
None of us are strong enough, Cam, but it's a good thing we know somebody who is, and that's Jesus. Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
Trust Jesus.
Exactly. And sometimes the hard stuff is on the inside. Like when we're super sad or sometimes we're just super lonely. Good thing Jesus is there and he helps us to carry the load.
Wow, this Jesus guy seems like a really good friend to have. Well, I have to figure out a way to get these boulders off the track. So if your friend Jesus has any ideas, just let me know.
Alrighty, well, maybe I can come find you later when I'm done and we'll try to figure it out together. How's that?
Perfect, sounds good.
Okay, bye. Bye, everybody.
If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him, yeah. Oh, yeah. If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him. Yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust Him, we can trust Him, we can trust Him, we can trust Him.
All right, good morning, boys and girls. This morning we are learning that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. So we've all done hard things before, and some of things are really, really hard to do. And who are you and what are you doing?
You're gonna throw off my disguise. I'm hiding.
What? Okay, come over here. First of all, who are you?
Oh, that was my disguise. This is very important.
Yeah.
Because of this, nobody knows who I am. I'm hiding.
I really don't think this disguise is helping you at all, to be honest. So maybe let's just get rid of that.
Nobody knew who I was until you took off the mask.
Okay,
now
well,
everybody knows who I am.
You've been exposed, so please why don't you tell all the boys and girls at home who you are.
I don't see any boys and girls.
Okay, well, they're not here with us. They're here virtually with us. You probably don't know what that word means.
I don't know what that
since
means.
you're from Bible times,
Yes.
but they're here, but they're not here. It's very hard to explain.
Yes. Well,
but yes.
hello, children who have seen me now without my disguise. I am Ananias.
Yes.
That was I was trying not to tell them that, but now they know.
Yeah, because your
Now,
cover
if
has
you'll
been blown.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go back
yes.
to hiding. 'Cause that's
hiding.
what I was here to do.
Okay, so that's why you're wearing this mask.
Well, yeah, I'm hiding. Yeah, I have a very good reason for hiding.
Okay,
You know.
so you're using a mask to hide. Why exactly are you hiding?
I'll tell you why I'm hiding.
Yes.
You heard about that guy Saul?
Yes, I've
You know-
heard of
yeah,
Saul.
Saul.
Yes.
Really bad guy. He
Yes.
hates Christians, okay?
Okay.
Hates them. Just
Yeah.
like he wants to
Hates them.
talk about. And guess what I am?
What are you?
I'm a Christian, okay?
Okay.
So when I hear about this Saul guy, I'm like, no way, don't want a part of that. So I'm hiding.
So you think, let me just get this straight. You think by wearing that, you're going to hide yourself from Saul because you're a Christian and you're scared.
You had no idea who I was when I had this on.
I mean, yeah,
This
that's
is
true.
indistinguishable.
But why exactly are you hiding from Saul?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you heard about what happened.
Tell us what happened.
There was this thing. It was all over the news. It was crazy. Everybody was talking about it. So there's this guy Saul that we're talking about.
Yes.
He was on his way here to Damascus. Okay.
Okay.
Jesus appears out of the sky, whoosh, and it like shoots this beam of light down on him, and then he's blind. And I heard about that, and I was a little bit nervous.
Okay.
And then This is the crazy part.
Okay.
Then I had this vision from God.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually do that, but
Yeah,
he did
he
that.
did,
And he
okay.
basically said, hey, go to Straight Street down
Yes.
on Main, past
Yes,
5th.
yes.
And you're going to go there, and there's going to be a guy, and you're going to have to pray for him. And his name is Saul.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, hang on. Saul hates Christians. I have to pray for Saul. I don't want to go to jail. I mean, Saul loves throwing Christians in jail. So I'm
Right.
kind of scared, which is why I'm hiding, because I think maybe it's best if I just don't. If I don't find him.
you don't go.
That's why I'm hiding.
That's why. So you're hiding because you don't want to do what God's asked you to
I'm
do.
so glad you finally caught on board. That's
Right.
great.
Okay. So I'm really glad you're here, Ananias. Maybe you can come back over here for a
just
second.
looking for a
Saul's
good
not
hiding spot.
around.
Okay.
You're okay. So this morning, the boys and girls and I are all talking about how Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And we can trust Jesus with that.
Yes, I like
So
that.
maybe we could all learn together that you don't need to be afraid to go see Saul because we can trust Jesus that he'll always be with us.
Okay, but I mean, like you're talking about like doing hard things and you can trust God. Like,
Yes.
but this is a really hard thing. Like I'm risking my entire
Yes.
life to
No,
go help this guy.
I'm aware of that. But you know, I've done hard things before. Boys and girls at home have done hard
Okay,
things before.
well,
We've all done hard stuff.
Okay, well, what kind of hard stuff have you done that's so hard?
Well, I have a long list of things actually. But you know what? Before we get into my long list of hard things that I've personally accomplished, I think we could actually do an activity that can maybe help you learn about what trust looks like. Do you have a couple minutes before you have to go?
Well, actually, I'm stalling. I'm trying to hide. So this is
Okay,
good.
perfect,
This is good.
perfect.
This will take my mind
Okay,
off things.
so boys and girls, we're going to do something called a trust fall. Now, they're very smart. They know what a trust fall
I don't
is.
know what that is.
Likely, you don't know what a trust fall exercise is. Let me walk you through it, okay? So basically, what's going to happen? Now, let me ask you a question. Do you find it scary if I was to just say fall backwards?
Yeah, that's
Pretty
terrifying.
scary,
I would
yes.
fall. I would hit my head.
You would fall for sure. Now, what if I told you if you fell, I would catch you? Not so scary anymore.
Well, yeah, I suppose if you were there, that would make it nicer because then I would fall.
Right.
Yeah.
So the whole point of this exercise is even though it's scary,
Yeah.
you have to trust that I am going to be able to catch you and not hurt yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we're going to do this exercise, okay?
But no, I don't want to do it.
No, you have. That's the whole point. You have to do it.
But how am I supposed to trust you that you're going to catch me?
That's the whole point, that you have to trust me that I'm going to do it. Do you understand? Just like what we're learning about, that Jesus' power helps us do hard things, we have to trust Jesus. You have to trust me, just like you have to trust Jesus for what you have to do.
Well,
and seeing
I
Saul.
don't see what I'm getting out of this, but okay.
Okay,
I'll play
excellent.
it all.
It's just a lovely activity. Maybe stand to the side so all the boys and girls can see you.
Okay.
You can wear your mask if,
If
you
something
want.
goes terribly wrong, don't try this at home.
Okay. All right. So all you're going to do is fall back whenever you're ready. Okay.
Do I go like this? Or
Sure. You can do whatever you'd like with your hands. First time. Okay. Excellent. Wow. Excellent.
I did not enjoy that.
Perfect. Well, you did it and you didn't fall. So there you go.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thankfully, yeah. But you trusted me, right?
Well, that was very hard. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but you did it and you trusted me. So boys and girls at home, you can do this too. So find a sibling, find maybe your parent. You have to be really strong to catch your parents, or maybe parents could catch you, maybe a bit easier. But you can do a trust fall at home too. Well, Ananias, thank you so much for coming. Maybe we'll catch up with you in a few moments. But before you go, I just want to encourage you, when you see Saul, remember to trust Jesus, okay?
Okay, I'll try. But if you don't see me again, it
Yes.
means he's thrown me into jail for the rest
Yeah.
of my life, and then you're never going to see me again. So it's been really nice. I'm going to go see Saul.
Okay, but just remember, I don't think you need to be that afraid because I really think Jesus is going to be with you. All right, so maybe we'll see Ananias in a couple of minutes. Fingers crossed he does okay. So what we started talking about earlier is that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And we can trust Jesus when we do those hard things. So I'm going to tell you something that I had to go through that was really, really hard. So back a few years ago, before I got married, I was living in Pickering. Maybe you know where Pickering is. Maybe you live in Pickering. Anyways, I was living in Pickering at home with mom and dad and my two sisters. And then I got married, which was so awesome. But that meant that I had to move. So I no longer was going to live in Pickering, but I was now going to move to Whitby. So I was packing up my stuff before I got married. And you know what? I'm like, wow, moving is going to be really, really hard. All of my friends live in Pickering. You know, I have this job here in Whitby and I work at this awesome church, but you know, I don't really know a lot of people here yet. I know a lot of people back at home. I'm not going to live with my family anymore. That's going to be weird, not seeing them every day. I have to pack up all this stuff, move it to a new house. That's going to be kind of hard. And I just thought it's going to be different. It was a really big change moving to a new house. And maybe you guys have moved before. Maybe you changed schools, or maybe you've moved in your different houses, or maybe you did a really big move. maybe you've moved countries and not just little cities or towns. But that move was really big for me. And I had to remember that it was going to be okay. And now I live in Whitby and I love living in Whitby. And now in a couple weeks, I'm going to move for a second time. And I'm nervous and scared all over again. I got to pack up all my stuff, say goodbye to the house that I live in, and move into another house. And that's going to be really scary for me to do. But I can remember that Jesus is going to be with me when I face hard things and do hard things. I can trust Jesus when I go through all that kind of stuff. And maybe you guys have had a really rough summer and you guys have faced really hard stuff at home. And maybe you're worried about what going to school is going to look like and what that looks like. Maybe you didn't get to go on a trip this summer and lots of hard stuff maybe you felt has been a hard summer on you guys. But we can remember that Jesus is always, always there for us, and his power helps us get through those really hard things. And we can trust Jesus. So,
Whoa!
you're back.
You are not going to believe what just happened.
Wow, what happened? Please tell us.
Okay, well, I decided not to go with the mask. I thought...
You're done with the mask.
I thought I'm going to trust Jesus.
Yeah, and not hide.
I'm going to do that. I'm not going to
Yeah,
hide.
good.
I'm going to be Ananias.
Yes.
So I went and I saw Saul. He couldn't see me. He was blind. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
That part? So he
Yes.
was blind, so he can't see me. And I was really nervous because I'm like, if he does figure out that I'm a Christian, this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
He's going to lock me up and throw me in prison.
Yes.
For the rest of my life, which is really not good because I got really big plans for my life.
Right.
But we're there, and he asks me to pray for him.
Yeah.
So I put my hands on his shoulders, and bam!
Yes.
This crazy thing happened.
What happened?
Have you ever seen a fish before?
I've seen a fish, yes.
Okay, so picture a fish with, the scales. That got the
On a
scales.
fish, yeah.
Picture taking two of the scales
Off?
and plunking them on his eyes.
Okay.
It's like he had scales on his eyes.
Yes.
And they fell off once I prayed for him.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It was crazy, but this is the really crazy part, because now I can see that he sees me.
Yes.
So he knows my face, which is why the mask was so important.
Right.
But you told me not to use it. So I'm like,
Right.
now he's going to probably lock me up in jail forever for fixing his eyes.
Right,
But
right.
He looked at me and he said, I want to be a Christian.
Wow.
And I said, what? And then we prayed and he went and got baptized and he got something to eat. It was awesome. So I'm not in jail.
Wow, that's awesome, Ananias.
It is really good. And I mean, it really gives, it helps me understand the fact that you were saying that even we can do hard things when we trust Jesus.
Exactly. So when you were going, although it might have been really scary for you.
I was terrified.
Right, you still trusted Jesus and he gave you the power to do a really, really hard thing.
Yeah, he did. That's exactly, you put the words right in my mouth. That's
I know,
amazing.
I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff.
was.
I know. Well, Ananias, I'm so glad you were here this morning and got to tell all of us that awesome Bible story and how you overcame something really, really hard with Jesus' help.
Yes, I really did. It was really nice meeting all of you guys. If you want to find me somewhere, I'm in the marketplace. I'm not going to be in jail because he's
that's
good
a good
now.
thing. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, bye, Ananias. See you later. All right. So, boys and girls, all I want to tell you is and remind you that Jesus can help us do hard things. So, whatever's coming up that you're facing that's really, really hard, Jesus can help you.
Hey guys, welcome to Choo Choo Snacks. As you can tell by the title, we're gonna be doing a snack today. So what you'll need is you'll need some Rice Krispies and some Twizzlers. So I'll walk you through how to do it. So you're gonna open up your Rice Krispie, just like this. It smells so good already. And then your second one. Like that. And then you can just throw the garbage away. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna line it up like this in a line. So you're gonna take your first Twizzler, you're gonna stick it on like that. Make sure it sticks. Your second one, on top like that. And there you go, it's done. Now what do you guys think this looks like? I'll give you a few minutes to guess. I don't really know. To me, it looks like a train track. And that's pretty fitting because this week's theme is Rocky Railway. And the bottom line is that Jesus helps us to do hard things. Now, I hope you guys enjoy the snack. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a bite. I don't know about you. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for our next station. Bye.
Welcome, boys and girls, to our very first Rocky Wrap-Up. My name is Pastor Sarah, and I just wanted to welcome you to this segment where we're going to be reviewing what we've learned every day together. Today, our main point is that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. We met our Bible buddy today, Ramsey, the bighorn sheep, who spends all of his time climbing on teeny tiny rocks, seemingly impossible, right? Well, we learned that just like Ramsey was created by God to do really hard things that seem impossible to us, Jesus can help us do hard things that seem impossible too. Train crews have to do hard things all the time. Remember when we met Camilla Track earlier today? Well, train crews have to do things like load all of the cargo onto the train, keep the passengers safe, repair broken trains, and sometimes, like Camilla, they have to clear rock slides off of the tracks so the train doesn't crash. We do hard things in our lives too. Sometimes there's a really hard subject that we're studying in school, or there's a bully that teases us all the time, or we have to move far away from our family and friends. I remember when I was a little girl, I had to move hours and hours away from all of my family and all of the people that I've ever known. I was really sad to be leaving my house, my neighborhood, my church, my best friend behind. But I remember praying to God and asking him to give me strength. And I believe that Jesus gave me the power to do that hard thing and move with my family. I want to show you an example today, boys and girls, of something hard or seemingly impossible that can remind us that Jesus helps us do hard things. I'm going to give this egg to Mary, and she's going to demonstrate just how fragile eggs can be. Oh, well, that egg was pretty fragile. Just like that egg cracked so easily, sometimes we can feel like we're cracking under the pressure of the hard situations that we face. But when we remember to pray to Jesus and ask him to give us the strength to do hard things, he can help us do things that seem impossible. Mary's going to do something that seems impossible involving eggs. Mary, I'm going to have you step on these eggs slowly with a flat foot. And if you need a hand, I'm here for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can take a step off. As you guys can see, these eggs didn't break. Not a single egg broke underneath Mary. And we know that when we trust in Jesus, Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. We need to remember to have people around us to support us. Just like Mary stepped on these eggs and there was more than one egg that held her weight, when we have other people around us who believe in Jesus and love him, they help support us when we go through hard times too. And we can remember that Jesus is always with us. That reminds me of today's Bible verse. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Say it again with me. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. We've had a great first day at Rocky Wrap-Up. I hope that you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you tomorrow for our next day of Rocky Railway. Don't forget Friday. Friday is Super Prize Day, and we're going to be having a live Zoom call at 7 p.m. So mark it in your calendars, Super Prize Day on Friday.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. There's a spirit I cannot contain. There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave, the same spirit I cannot contain. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Oh, 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 oh. soul. Your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk alone.